Arte is just like, it's so smooth, and you're jumping around in time, and I'm never confused. I just want to say I think you guys did a great job with that. And do you have any stories about struggling with that, or like trying to crack that code? I'm sure there's something, but
just you watch it so many times. You've seen you're scrubbing through ginormous sequences of, it's like a 6-hour archival sequence, and then you have 30 of those, and you're just looking, and sometimes happy accidents will happen where you're scrubbing through and you see the perfect reaction from Sean, or you hear the perfect sound up for something that you happen. There's all this kind of serendipitous moments that happen while you're cutting something like this, and I think we've all kind of just, each editor is just so good at recognizing those serendipitous moments and like having that happen, and then improving, and then you have one, and it sparks another idea that another editor can take and be like, oh, I found something that's even better for this. And I think we collaborated and worked as a team really well to make that happen, because there's just such an overwhelming amount of archival footage to deal with in this project.
I was gonna say that I haven't watched the series in a minute. I haven't seen this episode in a while, and so sitting in the theater watching it, I was really struck by Jack's work, especially on the Lil Rod story, and that there's something so compelling about his story, and it's one person, it's one interview, and to me, as I was watching it, I was like, there's an incredible attention to not just the words, but how they're said, and really some of the moments, the emotional moments between the words, when you realize sometimes an interview is a scene. Sometimes when a person's never told their story before and you're with them, and that's what I appreciated watching this, was that there's such an attention to detail. And so in some ways I feel like talking about this series and our work as editors, which is a tremendous privilege to do, I do feel like a common question is, well, how did you all collaborate? And that's a great question, but ultimately I feel like there's something about this work that when you really dig deep into it, you start to pick up, not just anyone who edits, it's not simply dropping bites and covering those cuts. At a certain point it reaches, I think, another level, and I really felt that watching that Lil Rod sequence in particular. And then one other thing I just wanted to say is that the other question is, how do you watch all the footage? Well, we don't. I mean, that's the short answer. There's no way. You don't have time. And there is a whole team. There's a story team. There's obviously, we have an amazing team of assistants. One of them is here today. That's Brandon Brown.
And Emily Baker, our archival producer, who found all this archival stuff. She's all back.
So, yeah, I mean, there's just there's no way a project of this scale gets made as well as I believe it turned out without the contributions of an incredible team.
Nice. How was working with Alex, the collaboration with her? What was that? What did that feel like? Was it like every Friday there's a cut and then you get a bunch of notes, or?
It was not every Friday. The best thing about working with Alex is the way she is in the room with the interviews, and she builds a level of trust with the subjects that I haven't seen any director do before. And you really, when you're watching the footage, you can really feel that the person in the chair believes Alex has their best interest in mind and wants to share their story, and it's that's really, really hard to do. And she can get these people talking for hours. I mean, I would say the range of interviews that Alex conducts are between 3 and 11 hours. Which is, yeah, I heard that. It's a lot.
And then multiple days sometimes. She'll come
Yeah,
back and,
yeah,
interview the person
sometimes
again,
more than one day.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, but she gets it. And there's a real I mean, you can feel the connection between her and the subject, and it's really unique, and I think that comes across on screen too. And I feel like part of my job was to make sure that that the audience could feel that, and to not overcut or get in the way or obscure that. To be like, just let the dynamic in the room be the dynamic that comes through the screen.
Great. Tell me about if you have advice for editors who are about to jump onto some big, massive projects that's following what's happening in the news.
Clear your schedule.
Clear your schedule.
Tell your